In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to blur backgrounds using the bokeh effect in GIMP, a fantastic tool for beginners looking to enhance their images. By the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to create a softly blurred background that beautifully highlights your subject and adds a professional touch to your photos. Let's dive right in. First, we'll need to focus on the main subject of your image. Select your subject carefully. This can be done using any of the various selection tools available in GIMP. These tools help you to define what part of the image you want to keep sharp and clear. Once you've got your selection perfect, it's important to invert it. Inverting the selection means that instead of the subject being selected, everything else in the image, or the background, is now selected. This is a crucial step because our goal is to apply the blur to the background, not the subject. Now, with your background properly selected, we're ready to move on to adding the blur effect. To do this, head over to the top menu and find the Filters section. From there, navigate to Blur, and then choose Gaussian Blur from the drop-down menu. Gaussian Blur is a popular choice because it applies a nice, even blur to images, mimicking the effect you'd see when using a lens with a shallow depth of field. Once you've opened the Gaussian blur settings, you'll see options to adjust the blur radius. This is where you can control just how blurred you want your background to be. The larger the radius, the more blurred the background will appear, creating that sought-after bokeh effect. Feel free to experiment here, try different settings to see what best suits your image. Notice how the background starts to resemble those beautiful out-of-focus lights in high-end photography, emphasizing your sharply focused subject. After you've achieved the desired amount of blur for your background, it's time to apply your changes and finalize the image. Simply click OK to apply the Gaussian blur effect. Don't forget to save your work once you're satisfied with the results. Choose File, then Save. As to save your image in your preferred format, it's always a good idea to save a copy of your image in GIMP's native format, XCF, so you can go back and make further edits if needed. And there you have it. By following these steps, you've successfully applied a beautiful bokeh effect to your image using GIMP. Practice makes perfect. So keep experimenting with different images to hone your skills. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more tutorials that unlock